I'm in your face. What's up, guys? This is Mark at Man Diecast. My power is currently out. I think we had an outage a couple days ago because we had a storm, but I don't know. There was no storm last night, so I'm not sure why my power is out. But it's cold in my house. I've got a sweatshirt on. I've got some heavy sockies on. Yes, I said sockies. And just, what else am I going to do? It's my day off today. Kimber and I are going to go Hot Wheel hunting soon. And, I don't know, go into stores that are warm. And look for some Hot Wheels. Maybe eat some foods. And, just hang out today. So, I figured I'd do a podcast, and I might, it's one of those days where my laptop wasn't plugged in either, so I have like 11%, which is 44 minutes left. So I figure hey, I better just use every ounce of juice energy in this laptop to make you guys a podcast. So today we'll just talk about Hot Wheels, of course, and we'll get into, we'll talk about scalping a little bit, just because it's been on my mind lately, and sorry if I sound a little nasally today. I got allergies, so sometimes I just wake up and I'm just like, hello guys, hey, it's Mark. So, apologize for that, and we'll talk a little bit about scalping. Especially terrible during the holidays, and you have these bigger shipments drop, and you have all these, what I call scavengers, that come and rob the joy from everyone. And no, it's not funny. I'm just laughing just because I'm just picturing grown men just attacking a big shipper and just ripping it apart and acting like fools. So that's funny. I mean, sometimes when you think about it, it's like this is a really cool hobby, but there's people out there that are just destroying it for others, and it is a lot of grown men that collect Hot Wheels, but they act like savages. Some of them, they don't work as a team. They don't work as a family, like Toretto does, and it's just really sad. And I really hope that people can change. I mean, I know that people can change, but I hope that a lot of these people that are scalpers or just sheerly grabbing everything off the shelf to resell and stuff that's not even rare. I mean, it's just just grabbing, and there's a new shipment. If there's a new recolor of a Supra or whatever, they just grab them all and they throw them on Mercari or eBay and they sell them for $5 a piece, and people pay it. So here, if you take anything away from this podcast today, which I always hope you do, and I always hope you take something positive away and nothing negative. So if you take anything away today, listen up. I know you don't have the option to look at my face right now because I'm on a podcast, but listen to me. Do not pay the scalpers for the cars. And when I say this, I mean don't go to Mercari, don't go to eBay, don't go to OfferUp or wherever you're going to buy a car. Don't go to Facebook Marketplace and pay the prices, $50, $60, $70, up to $200 for a super treasure hunt. Don't pay $5 for a basic car. Please don't do that. Don't pay $10 for a basic car. What is wrong with you? Don't do that. You can go find it. And if you can't find it, hit me up. I'll find it for you, or I'll have someone send it to you. We are a community of diecast homies. We're friends. We're homies. We're family. So we will help you find that car. Do not pay for it. Even if it's a super treasure hunt, I'll help you find it if I can, And if somebody has an extra one, like I've said before, Derek, Honest Diecast, he's sent people super treasure hunts before. He sent me a Datsun 510 Super Treasure Hunt for my birthday. That's a $200 car. But it shouldn't be a $200. I need you guys to understand that shouldn't be a $200 car. That car has no business fetching $200. It's not that rare, and it hasn't been out for very long. So it's like, that's crazy. Stop paying. Once you pay that $200, that becomes the norm. So don't pay money for those cars. I don't care what your excuse is. I'm never going to find it. Oh, it's a gift for somebody and I don't have time to find it. Don't do it. You are fueling the fire. And it's not cool. And you're part of the problem when you do that, And I have no problem like forgiving you for doing that, but don't fuel the fire, because you're enabling these scalpers to continue to scalp and ruin the hobby. So if you take anything away from this podcast, just know that don't pay those prices. There's people out there who will help you find what you need, There just is. It's a fact. Well, you can tell I'm off to a good start and that I'm passionate about it because I get all fired up. But, yeah, I think another thing, in today's podcast that popped into my head yesterday is serving others, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with Hot Wheels. This is just like a life lesson thing, just an everyday thing for people that people need to do more, is serve others. And there's a lot you can do in the Hot Wheel community to serve others. And, just people that need certain cars or need help or need advice, even when you don't want to do it or you don't have the energy to do it, I think you can really grow as a person, as yourself, to serve others. And, so it's just, for example, and I'm not tooting my own horn, because I do this because I have people in my life that teach me things on how to be better and how to be, basically, everyone that knows me or sees, me on YouTube knows my faith. And, for me, I just want to, what represents me, and I want to be like, what would Jesus do? You remember those wristbands back in the day? What would Jesus do? But, basically, that's how I try to live my life. And, at work yesterday, it was rough. And we were down, so we have so for anyone that's listening, new listeners, I work for Lexus, and as a service writer. And we have about, I don't know, we probably have like 15 techs or so. We were down 7 technicians yesterday. So one of them had surgery. 3 of them were in training. 2 of them just called in just because they didn't have good reasons. But it just added up. It was just a perfect storm of chaos. But it was a rough day. Nothing was getting done. Didn't have any technicians to work on stuff. So it was very poor planning on manager staff. We won't get into those details. But anyways, I had a customer that had her car there. She had a water leak, and she had to leave it there for a few days. She called and left a voicemail. Kind of a weird voicemail, just like for a lot of people, I guess. I don't know, but she just wanted us to pull her food out of the car. She had some oats and fruit or something in a Tupperware in her lunch bag in the back of the car. She wanted us to toss it or whatever. So I got the voicemail, but so I was in the midst of chaos. It was actually towards the end of the day, but it never let up. But, she's a doctor. I appreciate doctors immensely. Nurses, law enforcement, veterans, active duty, people that are there to serve others. Especially with doctors, it's like they're out there to help us, especially during a pandemic. Most of them, I think. So, yeah, I just went to the car, I emptied out her container with gross. I wouldn't say it's gross, but it's like somebody else's food and stuff, just their oats. But I went and I washed it out for her. I went the extra mile because I like serving other people. Serving others is something that I enjoy, and it's not always fun. But I cleaned it out, put it back neatly back in her car. One less thing she has to worry about. So I think that's just kind of an example of how to serve others and do little things for other people, to do thoughtful things for other people, for people that you love, for your wife, for your husband, for your family member, for your mom or your dad. And then, life is short. It goes by in a blink of an eye, and it's, and it can be over really quickly. So you really have to just love hard and help serve others. So that's my thought, because I was just thinking about that yesterday and also this morning when I woke up, just serving others, because we all get wrapped up in ourselves a lot of the time, like with stress and what am I going to do, me. And I think sometimes the less you focus on yourself, just the less stress you have, you just feel good, and it's just a good thing to do. So during the holidays, which are coming up very fast, it'll be Christmas in no time, just do your best to serve others wherever you can. Do things you don't want to do, even when you're tired. I mean, I get home from work, and I worked, it was like a 13-hour day with driving, and I'm pretty tired, but it's a challenge sometimes to make dinner or clean up or do whatever, not just kind of plop down on the couch. And I think that's a challenge for a lot of people, but you got to push through it, find your next energy, keep going, help out where you can, with your wife or your kids, or whatever situation you got going on. But I know you guys are great people, and that you have big hearts. So I'm not too worried about you guys. But if I can help people on this podcast think about things, I'm not trying to change anyone. I'm not trying to toot my own horn about anything, say, oh, look what I did today or whatever. I'm just trying to, if I can help you guys change the way you think, or think about ways, to improve, modifying cars, collecting cars, or just help you rethink things about life in general. Because, I have a lot of subscribers that are dear, I consider dear friends to me, that I've never met. Some of them I don't even know what you look like, but I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys listening to my podcast, because some podcasts and some episodes like this one is just kind of me just talking, me maybe ranting about scalpers, but if we don't, with the whole scalper thing, because I think it bothers a lot of us. Like, I'm going to go out and hunt for cars today. I know there were some scalpers there probably last night or maybe this morning, and they probably already got what I'm looking for. So it's bigger than just, talking about the store manager and it's the store, it's inside things. It may be some of that. But it stems down to, if you pay those prices, you are continuing the scalping. And it's just that simple, because if the people that work at the store, the inside people, if they don't have anyone to sell them to, or you're not paying their prices, they're going to stop doing it. They'll move on to Pokemon cards or Funko Pops, or maybe they'll sell, I don't know, something else. Who knows? I'm not clever this morning. It's early. Bear with me. So yeah, stop paying the prices, stop buying stuff, and spread the word. Spread the word. Put it out there. Put yourselves out there. Spread the word to all your Hot Wheel homies. Don't keep your mouth shut. You're just as responsible too if you keep your mouth shut. You don't talk about it. So, we can stop it, or at least slow it down. It's not hard. It's just something you got to think about. So it's frustrating, because we are, like myself, I'm a true collector, and I love Hot Wheels, and I love getting into other cars too, like M2s or Majorettes. David at Twice Diecast. Sorry, I'm not sorry. There you go, David. On a side note, I love David when I post videos on YouTube, and I do the let me go ahead and open it, because he opens everything. And then he sometimes puts it back together and then gives it away, which I think is amazingly funny. I love it because it's like it's free, he's giving it away. He just wanted to open it up, take a look at it, and put it back. So that's David's thing. That's his trademark. Well, he has many others. But he always, whenever I do the song or whatever, and I give him a little shout out or whatever, he puts the timestamp. He goes, "Yeah, this was a cool video and all, but I especially like this timestamp, and this timestamp." When I sang the song. So, man, I love those little things about you guys, like in my videos, where you guys are funny, where you guys show me timestamps or whatever, and you guys listen and you're involved and you're in it. So, I love it. So, anyways, back to Scalpers. Yeah, it's just not cool. So if you scalp cars, stop it. Don't do it. Find something else to resell for pennies. I know it. We've talked about this before, especially Derek and I. And I saw Derek just recently posted something on his page, on his YouTube page, about this guy that got there early, got a shipper, and took everything that was good out of it. Just anything of value. Just took it all. Took all the super treasure hunts, took all the treasure hunts, took all the new recolored Supras and everything. Like, just took it all. And he was boasting about it. He said, "Early bird gets the worm." And I'm taking all of this stuff. Sorry, guys. And he's not sorry. He doesn't care. He's going to resell all of it. And, yeah, don't be that guy. Don't be greedy. Greed is what makes this world a bad place when you think about it. All the stuff that you hear about, all the crazy things, you got big corporations doing nasty things, people are dying, whatever, because they put out this product that's killing people. They're always looking at the numbers, the greed. It's all about greed. So, and it stems down to toy cars. This guy's not making a killing off of this. It's like, if these people put a little bit more effort into doing something else with their lives, starting their own business, doing a side hustle thing, Uber Eats, whatever. There's so many side business things. You can make custom cars and sell them, whatever. Be artistic. Put yourself into it, make it, spin it, make your own thing. But instead, they're going to the store, getting up nice and early, going to the store. Maybe they work there, and they're just ripping over in these boxes, and they're taking all the good stuff, knowing that there's people out there that collect these cars, and they bring them joy, and they're taking them all. So that's very greedy, and it's not cool. Greed is a sin, So, it's like whatever you believe, greed is bad news, because greed will always, it'll always consume you, and you'll never have enough. There's people out there that you'll always want more, and you get like, my dream car is a Ferrari. You get a Ferrari. Then all of a sudden, now you need a huge house. So you got to get a huge house. And all of a sudden, then you got to get another Ferrari and another Ferrari or a Lamborghini and a McLaren F1. And now I needed 6 old classic cars. Like, it's never material things. And even when I say material things, I mean money too. It's never going to fulfill your heart, your soul. You'll always be chasing after it, and you'll always want more, and you'll always be empty. And as happy as some of these celebrities seem, and rich people out there, a lot of them are empty inside. They're empty. They don't have true friends in life like a lot of us do. They don't have family. They don't have family that supports them and would take bullet for them. I mean, a lot of these people, they wouldn't have anybody that'd take a bullet for them, because to a lot of people that have a ton of money and they have their friends and all this stuff, some of them, they're just a meal ticket to a lot of those people. So I don't want to be a millionaire. Don't want it. I don't want that kind of I don't know, just kind of a lot of those people. I'm not going to say everyone is, and I don't think money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. So you can have money and be good. It's just that love of money, just that greed, the obsession with it, things, material things. So during the holidays, I just encourage you all to remember that stuff is just stuff. Toy cars, We love our Hot Wheels. I'm looking at a stack of them right now. But they're just things. And I'd get rid of them in a heartbeat to sell them off. And if I had to support someone that needs it, someone sick, whatever. Because they're just stuff. You can't take anything with you, when you leave this earth. So yeah, it's the scalper thing. It's no good, but I mean, you guys can help stop it or at least slow it down, So just don't buy it, don't purchase it. You're not going to stop the scalpers from the act of scalping, like taking those cars. But if no one's there to buy them, they're not going to do it anymore. So that's really the message I'm trying to get to you guys today. And some people don't even realize they're scalpers, or don't even realize they're just they get into it and they're making some money on it. It's not even much money, realistically, for the effort that's put into it. But if you ever get the chance to talk to somebody that's like, I'm reselling all these cars, no, I don't keep them or whatever, just gently, lovingly, like everything, just be kind and tell them hey, there's a bunch of collectors out there like myself that these cars bring us a lot of joy, and when someone takes them all away, and the ones that we're really searching for, that takes the joy away from us. So I just need you to realize what you're doing. You don't have to get that deep into it, but some people don't realize what they're doing. And the same goes for different things, just outside of Hot Wheels scalping. And you got the ticket scalpers for the hockey games, football games, all that stuff. They're buying up all these tickets, and then people are trying to buy them, but they can't. And then you go to the game, and then they're selling them for 3 times more than they bought it for, or whatever. I don't even know the specifics for that. But you have people, the Pokemon cards. There's a lot of people that collect those, and you got the scalpers there. You got the Funko Pop cars that are based nearby me, about 15-20 minutes away in Everett, Washington. That's where Funko Pop is, the headquarters, the plant. And people are... the Chase, they have Chase ones and everything, just like Hot Wheels. People are selling those for a ton of money too. So, yeah, it's just don't steal people's joy. I mean, especially in the last couple of years, like I've talked about in almost every podcast, it's been rough for people, So I think Hot Wheels help a lot of people through things, especially the people that are modifying them. And I want to touch on something real quick because, I love JDCJ over there at JDC. I always have trouble saying his name, the full thing, Jay's Diecast Creations. I don't know why. But one of his biggest thing in our podcast when we talk, when he's on, is when he was on last week, I think it was. He says, don't go out there, if you customize cars, don't go out there and buy a ton of cars to customize. Invest your money into the tools to customize cars. And I think that's great advice, because a lot of people go out there and buy a couple hundred cars, and he said he did the same and spend a bunch of money on cars. But he wished he just would have bought some better equipment, some better tools, maybe airbrush or whatever, to continue to modify cars, because you can sit there and you can use those tools and you can make all these sweet cars and give them away or sell them or do whatever you want to do. I don't have any problems with people selling their customs as long as they're reasonably priced, because that's your time and it's a skill and it's art form to me. I think it's great. But yeah, especially if you give them away, that's really, in my eyes, serving others. It's a gift. It's your time. It's free for that person. They know what blood and sweat went into it. Hopefully not too much blood or sweat is on the car. It's not sanitary. Just kidding. Because you can't see my face, you don't know that I'm kidding. But you know that I like to joke. I like to joke around. I'm Mike. I like to make jokes. Like JDC over there in New York. Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, we love you, Jay. So, yeah, this is good advice from Jay that, just invest your money into the tools. I think that the same goes for a lot of different things, whether you invest, like I detail cars, invest into good tools, good products, and that's the main thing to then you can sharpen your skills, and those nicer tools help you do that and not have cheap, crappy ones and cheap, crappy products too. Because, I see at work, we work with a detail company. I'm not going to say their name, but they suck. They're not good. And it's not because they're not capable. It's because they've lost the care over the years. They don't take pride in what they do anymore. And they just kind of lackadaisically, quote unquote, detail cars. And they just slab a bunch of silicone on the outside and pretty much in the inside too. I just got my Lexus GX460 a week and a half ago, and I had to clean all their mess up, and they actually like borderline damaged things just because they're spraying that crap over everything. So I encourage everyone, like I said in my previous pods, to do everything to the best of your abilities. Don't get like that, just do your best. People see that, people know that. They know that even if you do make a mistake, that you're trying your best. And there's something great to be said about that. Some people aren't even that great at things, but they're passionate for it. And they do a pretty good job. And they try their hardest. And that's what matters. I always tell people, like, I'm good at a lot of things, but great at none. I don't. So it's but it's a good thing. I've embraced that. I have a lot of hobbies. I've done a lot of things over the years. Photography. I've gotten some of my photos into magazines. I can dance. I can sing. I can beatbox. I can draw. I can do all that stuff, but none of it's like incredible, right? It's good, but I'm a master at none of them, but I'm okay with that, because to me, those are all gifts from God, and I don't always publicize them because people want you to perform like a dancing monkey. Hey, do that beatbox thing. Hey, do that little dance move. Oh yeah, do it right now. I know we're in front of everybody, but let's just do it. Like, no, we're in church. It's not a good time. We're at a funeral. It's not a good time, man. I'm not going to do a breakdance move. So, yeah, it's just try new things, because you don't know that you don't know if you're good at them or not. If you don't try it, you don't know. Maybe take up an instrument or something like that. I don't know. But for all you diecast people out here, because that's the majority of people listening to this, I encourage you to do your best at whatever you do, whether you're customizing cars. And I think one of the biggest things is to reach out, to ask questions, to get over yourself sometimes, to get over your pride. Pride is another thing that a lot of people need to get over. And sometimes, like I said, you need to get out of your own way and ask for help when you need it. Whether it be diecast related or just help in life. Maybe I always like to talk about, if you're having anxiety, if you're having depression, all that kind of stuff, you have Hot Wheel homies out there that will help you and will talk to you. And in some cases, you got people out there like myself that'll pray for you. Whether you believe in that or not, I don't care. I'll still pray for you. But there's a lot of good people in the community, and you can just jump in and you can be a part of the community, the Hot Wheel diecast community, because like Jay said in our podcast, our interview, whatever you want to call it, he said he's never met a community, he's never been in a community like this of such kind and like warm and helpful people. He's never been a part of a community, gaming community, whatever. And I agree with that. I've been a part of different communities and different hobbies and stuff like that, whether it be photography and all that stuff. And a lot of it's really competitive. People they just want to be the best. They want to talk about how good they are. Some of them are very helpful, but I've never met a community like this, with just some incredible people out there, like my best friend Derek, Honest Diecast, Pete, Old Man Diecast, Hewitt's, JDC, Twice Diecast, David at Twice Diecast. Got Chuck over there at Flying Valiant. Yeah, Chuck is a cool dude. He just started listening to my podcast. It's funny because I know he's catching up. He's like going through them, so I know he's going to hear this. So shout out to Chuck, Flying Valiant. Great dude, awesome customizer, generous guy. We love you, Chuck. I hope you're listening to this. I know you're blushing right now. If you're not blushing, then you have no soul. No, I'm just kidding. But we love you, Chuck. So I'm glad you're listening to this podcast. I know you'll eventually get to it. But, yeah, I'm really happy that you guys listen to me when I talk. Not that I'm not used to people listening to me when I talk, but I think it's great to actually listen to people. I think a lot of people are bad at listening. People, they're saying things that are important to them, and if it's not important to you, you don't necessarily listen. So it's something I'm working on always, and improving myself on my listening skills. Of course, work helps. I have to listen to people when they're talking about their car problems and stuff like that. Besides the fact that I love engaging with my customers and learning about them and about their life, what they're doing today, about their kids, about their dog, their car, what they like about it, what they don't like about it. So, and to remember that stuff, I think it's very good. It's a skill that not everyone has, but you can write stuff down. You can really remember things about people. And I think with us in the diecast community, we can remember each other through what kind of cars we collect or like, and maybe by our YouTube channels or your handle or whatever. But my computer's gonna die in a couple minutes here. So yeah, I'm gonna try to end this before it just cuts off and dies and doesn't save. So I love you guys. I hope you guys have an incredible day today. Keep your head up. Do whatever you do to the best of your abilities. Yeah, I will be posting a hunting video soon. We're going to go out and hunt today. So I'll be posting a video. Hopefully I find some good stuff. Keep my fingers crossed. And I'm going to leave you with this. If you go out hunting and you find one thing, it's better than nothing. One thing's better than nothing. You didn't find a bunch of cool things, not a big haul, but you found something. So just be grateful for the one thing that you do find, if you find something. And of course, if you don't, there's always tomorrow. So love you guys. Have a great day. And I will see you in the next podcast. Or you'll hear me. Okay, I'm just going to go. I'm on your face!